Hello guys and welcome back to War Thunder. This time I am taking out the Stug 3G into Ultra Sim. This is one of the events. No Tigers, this is only Tier 2 and early Tier 3 vehicles. This is, as I said, the Stug 3G. It is an up-armored version of the Stug 3F. It has the same Stuck 40 cannon. It has thicker frontal armor. It is 80 millimeters and it is decently sloped. The only place you can penetrate it from the front with, say, T-34 is on the sides of the front. But if you do, you won't hit anything because all the ammo is on the bottom and all the crew is in the center, so there is nothing behind the only area you can penetrate. If you do, however, get onto the sides of this thing, you pretty much have it pinned down. It doesn't have a lot of side or rear armor. It has Shirtsen, but it only picks up explosive damage. It won't stop any armor piercing. This vehicle has a fairly low profile. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try to go behind or go into ditches and holes in the ground to get it even lower. I am trying to head for the hole that I know is behind the church on the main road in the city, or I guess you'd call this a town, and make sure no enemies come through the main road. We are outnumbered by the Russians and Americans. I believe there are two more of them, could be three, probably two. So the odds are against us. I played another match where there were equal teams, but the Russians had pretty much no casualties and they won by killing all Germans. So here is the hole that I talked about. Driving into it can reduce your height by a lot, and the chances of getting hit in the lower plate is a lot lower. You also have fairly good view of the main road, and you have a good chance of sniping anyone passing down there. And a lot of times players come through there to go into the city. So all we have to do is wait for our first victim. This can sometimes take some time, but it looks like we have our first customer here, a T-34. 2 shots ends his misery. Waiting for more of them. I know that T-34s are quick and sometimes other players follow them. And here we have a KV-1. Have no idea where that shot went, but as you can see, we easily bounced his shot with our frontal armor. Took out his gunner and loader, or perhaps it was commander and loader. Either way, he has big problems. This is where I make my mistake. I drive out of the hole. And to the left you now see a Sherman. That isn't any Sherman, it's a Sherman with a 76mm cannon. And he actually penetrated our lower glazes. He took out our transmission and killed the driver. I'm going to stop repairing just as I killed the KV-1. Try to drive back into the hole, but since the transmission is knocked out, I cannot move at all, and I will just have to bite the sour apple and sit here for the 40-second reload. Checking the damage, looks like only transmission is damaged, all other components are lightly damaged, but that won't change the characteristics of the tank, at least not as much as damaged transmission. Look around to see if we are getting flanked or not. Yes, I know this is a long repair, at least tedious to watch on video, but here we have another target, another victim, another T-34. For some reason I have a very long reload time. I know that the gunner is slightly wounded, but I don't know why it is such a long reload as it is. Okay, so 2 shots into the front of the T-34, one penetrating. Another shot into him, but it is eaten by his track. I move up to get a clearer shot, to be able to aim better. Unfortunately, I didn't look around well enough, and that's... Did you notice? I took 2 hits then. And there's a T-34 and a KV-2 on my right. I try to rotate my armor so that he only saw frontal armor, and somehow he actually penetrated. He must have been using a PCR or similar. So, now for the long drive back to the city. I still have some heat ammo loaded in case I run into a KV-2. For some reason it seems impossible to kill KV-2s from the front with AP ammo, so I have loaded heat ammo to see if that can do the job any better. When I drove to the town last time, I drove through the forest. That was so that I wouldn't get bombed instantly by P-47s who spawn in the air and then just dive shallowly into the enemy spawn and drop all their bombs and rockets and then crash. I have seen a lot of players do that, and it is really annoying. The anti-air flak cannons can't really do anything about it. They haven't had time to set up. It only takes them around 30 to perhaps 60 seconds to get into our spawn with heavy bombs. P-47s get 2 1,000-pounders and 1 500-pounder, and I believe 10 rockets with that. And that's a lot of payload that they can drop on a single target just as they spawn. I see a KV-1 down there. I guessed he was around 1,000 meters away, and apparently he was around 800, but it was aimed well enough to hit him. I hit his ammo in the turret, and the shot did nothing. It just, well, critically damaged it, whatever that means. Try to put another shot into his engine. Unfortunately, it gets eaten by the track. Get shot at by, I believe it was that T-34 down there. He must be at least 1500 meters away, so as long as he only sees my front, he won't be able to do anything at all, even with a PCR. I saw some smoke down there. I don't really know what fired it. Don't see it. Just took a pot shot. I know that my friendlies are to the left and that the enemies are coming from the right, and that way I knew that it was an enemy. Now I start to see the smoke down there, and it is a Sherman. And apparently he was critically damaged even before I hit him, and that was just the final killing shot, taking out all his crew. Okay, moving up a bit more. See movement down there on the main road. It is a T-34. Take out his cannon breech. He won't be using that for a while. Reload, put another into him, and apparently that was enough to knock him out. Okay, let's see if... Yeah, that's the bug. The bug that makes dead vehicles drive. I have actually been fooled by that. In one game recently I saw 2 Panzer IVs. I had their broadside to me. Shot at them blindly, hit one of them, didn't know who. One of them exploded and then the other drove off. And there I was, sitting with what I presumed a dead tank in front of me, and then I had another to my side, so I pay all attention to the one on my side. And then somehow the tank that didn't drive off killed me. Oh, and that was a lovely shot by me there. As you noticed, I didn't have a direct line of sight, so I shot over the hill and hit him and apparently killed him. Anyways, so it is really annoying, this bug that makes tanks drive even after they are blown off or blown out. Is that what it's called? Anyways, really annoying, and it has at least fooled me into thinking I was safe. Okay, so I definitely saw a shot coming from the right there. I believe it was by that barn. Spot some movement in the forest. It's a Sherman. Can't let a Sherman wander free in the forest. So get a lucky shot into his ammo rack. And for anyone who has counted, that was my 8th kill that game. I'm sorry if you hear noises in the background. That's actually our washing machine. I have to sit in the basement while recording this, so yeah. I saw some movement in the forest coming from our side, going towards the enemy, but you never know. Looking at it, it looks like a German commander's cupola sticking up over that hill. I am fairly certain that is a Panzer IV, but I could be wrong. Got really lucky that the bomber pilot there couldn't aim well enough to hit me. I know that it is really hard to aim with bombs. I believe it was a IL-2 that tried to bomb me. And it is very, very difficult to line up and drop your bombs at the right moment. Even with 100 kilogram bombs, and you get 4 of them, it is very difficult to hit your target. Okay, so trying not to get bombed by that very same plane, spotted some movement behind the houses, and it was a friendly. Not a lot of enemies left. I have killed most of them, and my team isn't a bad one either. So, question is, do we win by cap? Do my teammates cap B, or do we win by kills? So I see no point of going towards B. I can let my teammates go there. I'm fairly certain that the Panzer IV, which I saw in the forest, will get there before I have get there and cap before I can reach the cap zone. And I am also certain that there are enemies left in the town, so I will seek them out and kill them, basically. So, constantly checking the scoreboards to see if any enemies die, and if those who die actually leave, or if they spawn again. Because in mediums and self-propelled guns you get 2 spawns, and then they could also spawn in planes. Spot some movement over there, probably a friendly heading for their cap. But I will stay, as I said, in the town looking for enemies. So no one seems to be on the northern side of the town, heading towards the center of it. Here's some gunfire, not sure if it is friendly or enemy, so I ask the team. Always ask your team if you are unsure. Sometimes you get help, sometimes you are ignored, and have to find it out for yourself. And that's a T-34 down the road. Unfortunately, I had turned the wrong way. I played the safe bet and looked towards their spawn, where they are most likely to come from. That T-34 turned off on a side road. I assume that he is heading towards B to try and stop the cap. Don't know how far he will get. Spot some track marks on the ground, so he either turned into this square or turned down that road. I assume that he went into the square here, or in this backyard rather. But then what? I see no more track marks, so he has to have gone down the road. Only one way to find out, I guess. So he is either to my right or to my left. And there he is. Looks fairly dead. Put a shot into him just to be sure. And that was... yeah, he was just killed by that tank over there. A Panzer IV-H, I believe. Put another one into him just for fun. Head back into the city. That looks like a dead Sherman there. Head back into the city, as I said. Not expecting to find any more enemies, as there are only very few left. 2 of them, in fact. And the cap is... well, we have not much left of the cap. I believe 30 seconds. Or actually, if you know, please tell me, how long does it take to cap one of these zones? Does it take 2 minutes or 3 minutes? From fully enemy cap to yours, please let me know. Since it is instantly game winning, I assume that it is 3 minutes, but it does at the same time seem a bit long, so 2 minutes could also be good, I guess. One or two enemies left. I don't really remember. I just looked at the scoreboards and already forgot. One enemy left, and I have heard from my team that he is in an IL-2, so nothing more for me to do here. And the game is won. So, the Stug 3G. It is almost impenetrable from the front and kills most things with ease, even without APCR. In this event, it is very balanced. I like this tank. It is, well, I say balanced, and I got 8 kills. I did get killed once, but I also did play very defensively. I didn't move up too much, and when I did, I got punished for it. So I think that this is a at least fairly balanced tank, and this is the event that I just played. As you can see, around half of the upgrades are unlocked. Got a lot of research points apparently, and as per usual I only got 22,000 lions, or 21 actually. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.